Mystic Sanctuary tapped to start us off for Matthew. Ready to go. Both players kept 7. Misty Rainforest.
I'll go to
A lot of talk post bans about Beanstalk decks being back. These players with 2 different takes on the Beanstalk archetype facing off. Thundering Falls, Cervelle.
Temur breaks.
Shuffle all those lanes. Trigger.
2, 3.
Untap and drop.
You got
JSN with a great question. Do Beanstalk decks also play Stock Up? You know, I don't know if I've seen that. Have we seen that on streams so far? I don't know that we have. Okay, SF says they do. Force pitching this town ain't big enough. Forcing back. Pitching Lorien revealed. Trying to get this up the Beanstalk to resolve.
Force is a good one. Still stacked from the Caps Bowmaster.
Still in the stack. Bowmaster.
And then good to resolve.
Trigger.
That's gonna be
Bowmaster spin you again.
Yeah, he's got it under.
Beanstalk versus Bowmaster. Harry says, here we go again with a gold gifter badge.
Reinforced. Move to combat.
Yeah, some talk about Rakshasa's Bargain as a possibility in these Sultai decks. Could happen. Tarkir Dragonstorm was legal for this event. Tarkir's Dragonstorm is legal in Legacy right now.
On your own.
Although I don't know what's going on MTGO. I just don't know. I just don't know what the dates are. Lightning Bolt takes out Bowmaster. It's defeated.
right. Storm is still 6.
Combat?
6.
2/2 Orc Army will continue to swing away, though.
Try.
Okay, Tarkir was out on MTGO yesterday. All right. There you go.
How many cards do you have in your hand?
3.
Dasher.
And set fetch.
Yeah.
Passing turn. Yeah, Surveil. The blue-black Surveil.
Okay, Undercity Sewers will be found here to surveil. Yeah, cards are now legal on pre-release day. Immediately.
Flurry in the graveyard.
And by the way, in our Discord server, we have a webcam legacy league. We're deep into it right now. Players around the world playing matches up against each other. We have a lot of looking for game stuff going on as well. And in our league, officially previewed cards are legal. So we have people playing with Final Fantasy cards already, testing those out. We had people playing with Tarkir weeks ago. If you're a brewer, someone looking to be ahead of the metagame, so to speak, definitely check out our league, even if you just jump in and spectate some games. People post their lists. It's pretty cool.
After just playing against
3/3 Orc Army now for Matthew. Sam's life total starting to get low.
Bowmaster Storm, Bowmaster Beanstalk. This is a nice refreshing.
I will be at 28.
Like, don't get me wrong, right? The game I lost the Ancient Controversy side, that's fine, but
You got Brainstorm.
so it's basically it's still there, but you know, it's
what is
not
that?
quite as technical as there is. Like, there are at least some
6, 7 flying, draw 3 cards. Okay, sure. Okay, so I am that section.
all I would share is what do you want from you? My face? I mean, you have nothing else to bomb.
Okay, Mystic Sanctuary is found.
On top. Just put that at the bottom.
On top and take my turn.
Okay, draws the lightning bolt now. Probably going to go after this bowmaster at some point. Snow-covered mountain past the turn. For those of you out there that jam limited, what's been the best limited set of the past 365 days in your opinion? Let us know. I'm very curious.
Bolt here.
Response.
Best limited format of the past year. Going back to, let's say, Thunder Junction.
How many years are playing? There you go.
Okay, force of negation on that. This town ain't big enough. The bolt took out the bowmaster.
Yeah.
Second main. To play Murktide.
Yeah, Bloomborough seems to be the one that I see the most when I ask people that question. There's a Murktide for Matthew. Seems like the favorite set of the past year from most of the 90s MTG people are Duskmourn and Bloomborough.
Second one.
2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, not running so.
Murktide is in. 5/5 Murktide. Sam's at 4 life, so that's a bit of a problem.
And I will pass to you.
Do we have an answer for a Murktide?
I will concede.
All right, Sam concedes. Game 1 goes to Matthew.
Best of luck.
Okay.
All right, Sam will be on the play here for game 2. Players checking hands here for mulligans. Where in the world is everybody watching from right now? I see a good evening in the chat. Wasteland past the turn could be a sign of island cycling. Lorien revealed is island cycled. Mechanic Island is found.
You good? Go for it.
I'm tapping the drop.
I think on our YouTube channel, only a third of our viewers are in the United States. Appreciate everybody watching around the world. Thank you for being here.
Test priority to you.
On end step, I'm going to cycle Lorien Reveal.
This Lorien revealed card is kind of crazy, right, chat? Tropical Island for Matthew.
Oh, wasteland here.
So on step. Perfect sense. Drop the tree. I'm going to wasteland.
Okay, players are Lorien revealing, wastelanding, doing a lot of similar things here in game 2. Brainstorm in response to the waste. There's going to be a brief moment here. It looks like when both players have no permanents on the board. Thundering Falls, Surveil, dumps Obsidian Charmaw into the graveyard. Okay. All right, Mr. Rainforest crack for Sam now. I think I saw a beanstalk in Sam's hand. Might go for it here.
I'm going to attempt to force negation that. Pitching brainstorm.
Force of negation, pitching brainstorm, trying to stop and up the beanstalk.
Oh, force it, check force.
Okay, force pitching force, up the beanstalk. It looks like will resolve. It's in. So the first beanstalk of the game is on Sam's side. Ponder for Matthew. Last week, I posted in our Discord like a little poll just for fun of the 5 clans from Tark here for people to pick their clan. And, you know, there were a whole bunch of votes. I don't even know how many votes there were. Like, I don't know, 25. Not that many. But nobody picked Mardu. Like, Mardu was so sad. No Mardu people in our Discord.
And then since
Where are all the Mardu people?
didn't like it as much.
Delphine, 3 instants or sorceries.
And then went to breakfast and it's like sort of settled in.
Literally got 0 votes. All right, Murktide Region 6-6 is on the board. People are claiming Mycospawn was a mistake. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Momentum breaker.
I'm not streaming, but like making content.
I figured that YouTube is playing a lot against each other.
How many cards do you have in your hand? 4 cards.
Against stuff like that.
Oh,
Especially with like all the nonsense.
All right, Murktide Region is sacrificed. Diabolic Edict 2025.
I'm gonna Devin Riley. You know, he sometimes comes here for like the 1Ks, but he like
Play Storm Tracer's
during
talent?
like Expressive Iteration era, he was a Cephalid bro, and he like
Now Storm Chaser's talent.
the match was really good for initiative against initiative, and then he just like was really he teched himself to be able to beat blue red, and so in that 2-deck format, he was like, I'm just gonna
I'll make an
breakfast
otter
my
then,
way
and
to
pass
like,
two.
all these top 8s consistently. So he's just been very good with it. So like talking to him a bunch, I like, you know, I'm at the
Okay, makes an otter, pass the turn. Storm Chaser's talent and Momentum Breaker both on the table on Matthew's side. Some very recent cards that maybe some legacy players are overlooking. I don't know.
ponder as per usual.
Oh, nice ponder.
Matthew's speed is 1.
It's too slow.
I'll play and sacrifice 11 turns.
1 step ahead of you, Chad.
I didn't know that this thing continues. I don't know anything about this. Like, these stuff, man. Doctor Who.
I'm going to cast Murktide Regent trigger.
Murktide Regent, trigger the beans. I'm happy to see some class cards in Legacy. I'm a fan.
Trigger on turn.
You know what cards were cool too? The cases. I don't think Legacy players even know what I'm talking about. I'll just leave it there. They have no clue what cases are.
Beanstalk. Prowess.
Up the beanstalk. Trigger prowess. Force of will, pitching ponder, trigger the beans. Game 2 going pretty well for Sam right now. Has a 4-4 Murktide on the table.
Oh, sorry. I would pick all this.
Your speed is pretty... You're getting faster.
Still? Oh, yeah, because the force. Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, shit. Did that... Wait, really?
Yep, because you lost a life during your turn.
Oh, shit, man.
All right, so Force of Will allowed Matthew to gain a speed, and now they caught it.
Wait. I'm not 0 speed.
Yeah, Sam has 0 speed.
So you do have a 4/4 Murktide. It's a bit scarier than speed. I'll take 4.
All right, attacking with the 4/4 Murktide. Gets through. Momentum Breaker can sack to gain life equal to your speed.
Attack with the otter.
Maximum speed is 4. Attacking with the Otter, trying to get up to 3 speed, but it's getting bolted.
Second main, I'm going to attempt to up the Beanstalk.
Yeah, results.
Trigger.
All right, Matthew gets an up the Beanstalk. It's not too bad.
Pass you.
Whisper's asking where we got these awesome life counters. They were sent over to me by another channel. Shout out to MTG Chicago. Shout out to Sal. Link shared in the chat.
I thought I was safe when I played this name, but
I'm gonna cast Ethereal Forager.
Oh, that card's so cool.
Trigger on the Beanstalk.
In response, I'm going to cast Bowmasters.
In response to the Beanstalk trigger.
Yep.
2 cards?
2 cards.
There you go. Bowmaster is good.
I'll ping you for 1.
Okay, Bowmaster gets in. Ping Sam for 1. Both players now with up the Beanstalks. Matthew having a Bowmaster, though, creates an advantage, I would say.
And I have 2 triggers.
But that 4/4 Murktide sticks around. Well, now it's a 6/6 thanks to the Forager. Okay, so the Forager grew the Murktide, has Bolt under it. Well, things got interesting in this game, too.
I'm going to cast Fury.
Ooh, Fury pitching Bolt, trigger the beans. That wipes out the squad. Bowmaster and Orc Army defeated. All right, Sam's doing pretty well in this game now. The Fury was huge. Matthew tapped out, casting a Ponder. Six 6 Murktide. Swinging.
Yep.
Untap draw.
Looks like with the Forager, Sam is presenting lethal on the following turn. All right, so this town ain't big enough.
Ethereal Forager, trigger Beans.
Bouncing Forager and Beanstalk. All right, that was a huge play. I mean, Forager and Momentum Breaker.
Underground Sea.
Yeah.
Play Momentum Breakers.
Yeah.
Still at 2 speed.
All right, Murktide is sacrificed. This game has been back and forth. Is everybody watching this? This game has been crazy. Still at 2 speed is Matthew. You don't get a speed just for playing a Start Your Engines card. Unless it's the first one ever. The speed could end up mattering in this game. Sacking Momentum Breaker to gain life. It could be relevant in this match. Against the Lightning Bolt deck. A second up the Beanstalk for Sam, though. That's pretty huge. So 2 beans to 1 in favor of Sam. I would say the advantage bar is slightly over to the left at the moment. That could change right now.
Stormchaser's Town. ATB.
Okay, gonna make an Otter here. Stormchaser's Talent.
attempt to level 2 this Storm Chaser talent.
Sure.
Okay, so the first Storm Chaser talent is going to get leveled up to level 2. You can return an instant or sorcery from the graveyard to the hand, from your graveyard to your hand. It's going to be this town ain't big enough. This is a little bit of a combo here. Storm Chaser talent synergistic with this town ain't big enough. Matthew's been playing a lot of different decks with these two cards over the last couple of months.
She's 24. On top and years old. She's the beginning of the program. You know what I mean? So by the time she's done, it'll be like more like.
So one of the classes is at level 2, has 2 Storm Chaser's talents on the board, so can leave one at level 2, bounce the other, would reach 6 mana, and potentially level 3 the first. That could be kind of crazy. And it's whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, make a blue-red otter with prowess, 1/1.
Yeah, I'm playing Ethereal.
That's what a level 3 Storm Chaser's talent does. 6 mana to level up to level 3, though. 5 and a blue.
Draw 2.
I'll go.
Okay, Ethereal Forager. Draw 2 cards off the Beanstalks.
Go ahead.
Untap. I'm going to attempt to cast this talent ain't big enough, targeting Momentum Breaker and Storm Chaser's talent. Trigger Beanstalk.
Trigger on the stack.
I will Hydroblast the Pyroblast.
Trigger blast for calls. This trigger's still on the stack.
Second Power Blast from Sound's pretty huge here. Going after this town ain't big enough, which is trying to bounce Momentum Breaker and the Forager. Oh no, or was it trying to bounce Storm Chaser's talent? I forgot what. Either way, it got countered. 3/3 otter right now, 2 prowess triggers.
Storm trigger. Good prowess.
Yeah.
4/4 otter now. 3 prowess triggers on it this turn.
I'm also kind of been getting into you guys.
Everybody has a beginning.
Countering that this town ain't big enough was pretty huge. Wasteland on Thundering Falls is not super important right now, but it happens.
Attack you for 4.
That was the 6th mana, that Wasteland, that Matthew could have next turn leveled up to 3, the Storm Chaser's talent, but
God forbid. Trigger.
as you were saying earlier, this speed could be relevant. I mean, Ethereal Forager is going to be attacking soon, I think.
I'll get this. Brainstorm.
Okay, Brainstorm is retrieved. Whenever it attacks, you can return an instant or sorcery exiled with it to its owner's hand. Exiled it with Delve. Forager, a really cool card that unfortunately had a short lifespan in Legacy as far as being like a staple card that we saw all the time. Happy to see this card seeing some play in this game. Big fan of the card. Throw it in your cube if you haven't. Why not? Here's a Murktide for Sam now. 6/6 Murktide. Matthews at 6. The Momentum Breaker. Speed thing mattering a little bit less at this point. Matthew needs some removal. ASAP. This town ain't big enough getting countered on the previous turn was pretty big. That was an important part of this game. Life from the Loam, trying to return Mystic Sanctuary, a fetch and a Wasteland. Prowess on the Otter, as pointed out. Wow. Looks like Sam's hand is full of just Red Blast, Power Blast, Bolt. A Carpet of Flowers in there.
Counterbalance.
And maybe a Lorien Revealed as well. Lorien Revealed after a Carpet could just put Matthew away on the following turn. potentially.
I'm gonna put this town ain't big enough on top.
Okay.
Okay, this town ain't big enough goes back on top with Mystic Sanctuary. Not too bad. Not too bad. Still needs to deal with these creatures. Kaito, trigger prowess.
Just playing it.
Just casting it. It's getting power blasted on the stack. Daze.
I'm dazed.
Try this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, Kaito's going to resolve. It's going to stun Murktide.
And then move to combat, attack you for 4.
Attack it for 4 with the Otter. Dropping Sam to 3, I believe. Oh, man, this game has been so close.
You're at 6.
I'm at 6.
Remove the stun counter.
All right, Murktide down to 1 stun counter. The real Forager is going to attack here. Return Ponder to hand, and Bolt could end it.
I'll play it on you.
You got it.
All right, we're going to game 3. What a game. That's one I might watch back. That was such a good game. Going to game 3.
Maybe in a couple years we'll run like a 3. We'll keep this well. Yes.
Okay, Ponder on turn 1 for Matthew.
I will recognize.
Looks like we lost a life counter. We'll get that fixed momentarily. One of our staff members is gonna fix it. Don't worry.
It's like, oh yeah, creatures in the fundamental thing of this game. No, like fuck all of it. For it.
I destroyed me with humility. Games 2 and 3.
Storm Chaser's talent.
He humbled you.
Okay, Storm Chaser's talent.
You have like 5.
Dude, you never even played it. You just kicked my ass.
I'm gonna sacrifice this. Oh god, what happened here?
It's not kill your shit. Oh, it's harmonized in
I'll get a volcanic island.
my problem is like it's live.
Okay, Power Blast on the Storm Chaser's talent.
1, 2, 3. Put these 2 back, and Fire Blast is good.
Do you know what's going on here?
Oh, did it die?
I got the Tanya food before the community.
I'm at 19 for what it's worth.
I have done before.
Thank you.
I'm gonna defer you back my cube. Sorry about that. Look at my
worries.
Okay, so a Power Blast on the Storm Chaser's talent. It was countered. Life total's corrected.
It certainly is. This is too bad. I'm gonna go here. I'm 4. Base control back? Never been more bad.
You too.
Okay, Mr. Rainforest gets correct for Sam. Tropical Island.
That is an island.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just.
Yeah, the other land that Matthew has is a basic island, in case anybody didn't see that.
I want to do my first win phase.
Looks like people are sleeping up to the beans.
Carpet of Flowers. That could be pretty good here.
I like 2 blue and I will cast a
You got it.
Why not?
Just roll the bundle.
1 floating blue mana here as a Brainstorm resolves. Spotted a Fire Ice in Sam's hand.
Hang on.
I'll put 4
Go.
Shuffle that.
Might be.
5.
Might be.
5 cards in Sam's hand. Land pass from Matthew. A Carpet of Flowers is just going to get better and better with time. And we know Sam could be slamming some powerful 5-drops like Fury. Oh, well, here's Murktide.
Strong.
2 counters.
Well, there are certainly.
2 counters on Murktide. By the way, an opportunity, it looks like, to get your name up on the upper left of the stream with some bits right now. If you look in the chat, the little diamond symbol is to cheer. You can cheer and put your name up on the screen.
1, 2,
Exciting stuff. 5/5 Murktide, Bowmaster on Matthew's side. Ooh, fire. Yeah, fire takes them out.
Yeah. But like, even they're gonna do whatever's best for them.
oh, drop it. Wait, I drew.
You drew, I
Yes,
think.
okay, yes. Momentum Breaker.
How many cards do you have in your hand?
4.
Momentum Breaker on the stack. It breaks the momentum. Matthew's at 1 speed.
One game that I have no business. That's Christmas.
Oh, sacrifice this.
That's you were like dead.
I'm going to take control of your
That's the
turn.
first spell I played, won the game.
That's the whole point.
Momentum Breaker, a really cool card.
I drew the Lorraine for turn, which you know about. Cycle, Mystic Sanctuary.
One of the Start Your Engines cards from Nether Drift. Maybe Legacy players are overlooking it.
It's not. It's once.
It's pretty neat in these This Town Ain't Big Enough Storm Chasers talent decks. Feels like Matthew's deck has fewer high mana value spells than Sam has. A little bit lower to the ground.
There's the 2/3 flying lifeline that doubles itself.
Bounce.
Maybe easier for Sam to trigger Beanstalks. Murderous Cut's pretty good, though. That's a 5 mana spell. The Delve mechanic, right, everybody?
Okay.
That does kind of the flyer, the guard is
Faster.
yeah, but 4/6 lifeline. Turn one.
Murktide shot down.
Pressure. I was thinking of this.
Faster.
Oh, that is very nice. Because it's weight.
Wasteland leaving the Trop.
You just have to cast it off. Just like, I guess.
Harry Houdini says, is this the meta we wanted? Beanstalk versus Beanstalk? Yeah. Yeah, this is what they wanted, Harry.
Or 3 green recast off the Beanstalk.
1 green mini, up the Beanstalk on the stack.
They were hysterical about Mika Spawn for 3 months, so we have to do this now.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Bowmaster.
Thank you for 1.
Yeah. Upper Beanstalk still on the stack.
Yep.
Beanstalk is still very much on the stack.
Trigger with a trigger on the stack. I will use extra green and fire 1 and 1.
In response,
Fire again, trying to fire Bowmaster. This town ain't big enough.
Bringing those things.
No force will. Force will.
Force pitching force, trigger the beans. That'll result in a ping. And then fire is going to resolve, but the orc army will live, it looks like.
Did you get my ping?
I
Second pick for 1?
don't think I did.
Okay, so I got my 15.
Thank you for the bits, Harry.
I'll trigger off the Beanstalk into play. Alright, that was fun. I'll play this trigger.
Oh my
Keep it
god.
on top. Go ahead.
I love the sound of it. Now move to combat.
Yeah.
All right, Cervelle left it on top. Matthew did not like the sound of that.
It's so fast.
I'm not sure. I'm like, if I really want to put
3 blue.
I don't care spending some money for like.
Spend it. And play Lauren with the old trigger here.
Okay, Lorien revealed, trigger the beans. Force pitching this town ain't big enough.
I will RED the force.
Oh, that's good. Yep, you draw 4.
That was painful. Sam just drew 4 cards. Red Blast countered that force.
I will play Mystic Sanctuary.
Yep.
This isn't very good.
Okay, Mystic Sanctuary put Force of Will back on top. Orc Army's continuing to swing away, though. I think we're losing track of speed a little bit. I think Matthew's speed should be 3, but the players have it marked at 2.
And Dolph might go because Murktide Regent.
Murktide Regent, trigger the beans. Pretty good. 6/6 Murktide.
Play a land for turn.
No.
I will.
So I was like, hey, I need power 9.
You get
Pass.
-1 art,
So mine's just by the box.
and you get
I think it's just like this.
Yeah, I think Matthew's speed should be 3. Momentum Breaker can sack to gain life equal to your speed for 2 mana.
Hey, this town ain't big enough. Targeting Momentum Breaker and the Murktide region.
This town ain't big enough. Trying to bounce Murktide, bounce Momentum Breaker, Pyroblasting. In response is Sam. It's countered. Pretty good.
Past you.
I'm done.
Put Lorian reveal on top, draw it, cast it.
Oh, for your turn.
Trigger speed.
Yes.
Stupid.
All right, caught the speed that time. Matthew goes up to 3 speed.
Trigger on my hedge. Yes.
You got it. You're good.
Don't fetch on your opponent's turn if they have speed. What a misplay. What a punt, right, everybody?
I cast Brainstorm.
In response, I'll attempt to cast Bowmasters.
Yep.
Bowlmaster in response to Brainstorm. That's pretty good.
Resolves.
Ping you for 1.
Brainstorm's on the stack. I'll lightning bolt it.
Yep.
All right, Sam's kind of had everything that he's needed as far as stopping this town ain't big enough and Bowmaster and all that stuff. So doing pretty well at the moment. Still a 3/3 Orc army on Matthew's side, which is relevant. 6/6 Murktide crashes in, drops Matthew to 13.
Untap draw.
4 or 5.
Looks like Matthew just has 1 card in hand. Attacking with the 3/3 Murktide. Drops Sam to 6. Max speed.
Past you.
First main phase, I'll make 4 red.
You got it.
4 red. Uh-oh.
To cast Ponder.
Yep.
Okay, first a ponder. 4 red floating for Sam.
4 red and
Fury.
just a Fury. Trigger on the beans.
Fury, trigger the beans. That was pretty mean. Orc army is gone. Attacking for 6. And now a Fury and a Murktide on Sam's side. Basically presenting lethal for the following turn. Brainstorm for Matthew.
Force pitching Brainstorm.
Force pitching Brainstorm on the Brainstorm. Trigger the beans. Pretty good.
6, 6, 12. Can only get up to 11, too. You got it. Two games.
That is the match. Max speed. Still lost the race. GG's. Sam gets it. Well played. Great match. Great match.